Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we liked giving you a game on Tuesday so much we thought we'd give you some more today. We are on Naratsch Lake, another new map just released for the overall beta. And Rang, tell us, who is playing in this fine duo-on-duo match?
Well, on the right-hand side in red, we have he's a little runaway, playing as 26 guard Strelkovy, balance income, and Harold Alexander, balance income, playing as 184th Strelkovy. Left-hand side, in the Germans, we have Chaos 45 as first Lovas, balance income, and the 21st Panzer Division making a turn with Master Toast, and he is the Juggernaut income.
So that's kind of interesting. The 21st Panzer, I would have thought would have been a much more earlier stage of the game. What do you think he's playing at with that Juggernaut?
King Tigers.
That is certainly a good read to make about that. It's kind of interesting. We are going to see a very early command vehicle actually out of here too from Master Toast. Chaos, not really looking for that kind of leadership, playing to his namesake, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And over on the east side, we're seeing a lot more balanced, I would say, of an opening than we did from our last Soviet player.
Yep, nothing too crazy when it comes to guard spam. Just some Strelkovy, some AT guns, some infantry from Alexander, and then from little runaway, IS run, and actually quite a lot of infantry, but most of it's like two-man flamethrower squad and an OT-34.
Indeed. Now, we are going to see an early recon plane, actually a couple early recons over here from Harold Alexander, but what can you expect from a man who shares the same name as a British general? I guess I'm interested to see whether or not Master Toast brings in that Ju-88. In my mind, if you're playing 21st Panzer, whether it's a team game or on your own, you have to bring that card.
Yeah, the cluster bomber Ju-88 is very nice. Also, strafing ground columns with IO2s is also very nice. This is what makes your IO2 recon card really bloody good. It's also a pretty decent fighter and a great strafer for only 55 points, and it has recon optics.
Well, I think that's kind of the new delicate meta. Ooh, we're going to see a rocket run here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is completely shut down the entire column. Those poor bastards.
Yeah. It's right. I've seen I've seen this a few times, especially in team games where people do an attack on the column right as the match begins. I'm kind of iffy on the whole thing because on one hand it did cost quite a bit of points in terms of material to do an attack. It didn't really kill many units, but mostly slowed him down. But it can still be a pretty big issue in A phase. But what I find most annoying about it is that it's not really any counter to it. Because you're not really going to have AA units at the start to guess yet they're going to do it, because that's true. Kind of a guess, and that won't really stop the push that much. But it's
Yeah, I'd like to see, I think, some of the early recon play maybe slightly nerfed.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But we are going to see Hussars down to the south, and it actually does look like there was a combat that was brought in over here on She's Little Runaway's side, but unfortunately, he did become a little bit of a runaway and died, as far as I understand it.
Yeah. This is going to be pretty much simply for Chaos. He just needs to stay in close and make sure his Terrans are not engaged on T-34s and other scary tanks from too far away. In this town fight, for example, his Hungarian tanks do just fine.
Yes, there's lots to get in tight on the OT-34, and heck, even on the T-34s. That's pretty much the name of the game on the Eastern Front for the Germans for the most part, isn't it? Especially when it comes to vehicles.
Yeah. I know he's going to come around the corner on that OT-34. It's probably not going to have a good time. It might actually. Those Hungarian tanks are pretty bunched up.
They are for right now. And a driver getting killed, well, that's going to bounce them up even a little bit further. But, transmission damaged. Okay, so we actually have some potential kills. Wow!
The rate of fire on those Hungarian tanks always cracks me up. It's just bang, 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 bang.
Well, I'm happy that cracks you up, so for the most part, those things just continue to crack whenever you look at them the wrong way. But the IL-2s are back for more in the north, and it looks like it's going to be more miserable over here for Master Toast.
Yeah.
Oh man, those poor 251-1s. I love those things. It's nice to see them back.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, Master Toast, yeah, he's getting some flak units out, which he desperately needs to stop his IL-2s from really making a muck of his defensive line, or front line.
Shockingly enough, though, like you said, there was a bit of a payment that was made from the Russian side on this. They have given up quite a few victory points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they're all bleeding by the plaster at the moment. Alexander, he has the air power, but doesn't have much in terms of ground game. For 188th, 184th in general, you really don't have that much in terms of tanks. They run a few Russian... Oh, he knocks out the command unit. That's a huge kill. The 223. That's huge.
Yep.
That's absolutely huge. I mean, for obvious reasons. But nonetheless, for 184th, you got some IS-U-122s, which are awesome, but you only really get a few of them. You don't really have much in terms of tanks. One of the few divisions that doesn't have T-34s. You have a lot of infantry, which is nice, but it's really it's a very tough division to play.
So you're saying Harold Alexander is not matching up well? I don't know. So far, I think he's doing just fine, but that might be a consequence of the income more than anything else.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good so far, but he has lost quite a bit of ground. But he can defend what he has rather well with his decent amount of AT guns and defensive positions, as these hills with the forest are rather nice to hold.
Whoa, I was taking a look back down to the south of the Hungarians, and I'm finally getting absolutely shreked by mortars. Or mortared more than anything by being shreked. But that might be enough. We actually have these T-34s rolling on in... I don't know if it's a great idea. Hussars are still there with heat grenades.
Oh yeah. If he just moves from like the next building over, the Hussars would be able to get the grenades off.
Well, didn't you say to me recently that they're updating the range of the grenades a little bit more? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, AT grenades and also battery charges are all going to be a standard 100 meters now, which is honestly pretty nice. I think it's kind of sad that battery charges gonna, because right now they're like at 120, slightly outrange SMGs, so you can get like one grenade off before the SMG squad gets in close, which isn't too bad. I'd find I like that advantage quite a bit, but the AT grenade thing's huge, honestly, because that extra 40 meters makes a huge difference.
Now the M3S, help me out. That's not a Sherman version, right?
M3.
The Commonwealth to the north.
I think it's an M3 Lee.
That's what I would have thought. Okay, yeah, the 37 mils. Yeah, if memory serves, the Soviets had kind of a dim view on the Lees. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you know, coffin for 7 guys.
That's what it was. Yep.
That's a real good catchphrase for a tank.
Which is kind of weird when you think about it, because the Soviets didn't tend to put 7 guys into anything, including that battleship tank.
Yeah, the Americans really got the manpower to slap a bunch of guys into pretty much a a driving battleship.
And let's be fair, I mean, the thing did perform very well in North Africa, but in the Eastern Front, a little bit less so.
Yeah. Also out to North Africa, the majority of targets were just Panzer 3s and 4s, which the 75 mils could pretty easily deal with.
True. I mean, heck, even the 37 mils were pretty good against the light vehicles as well.
Yeah.
We are going to see a Lorraine coming on in. I don't know if that was the best investment overall, but I think from the 21st Panzer, it's either that or mortars.
Yeah. But no matter what, he's going to start raining down artillery on the enemy.
And unfortunately, his flak tracks were just a little bit too close to each other. One has met its grisly end. Yeah,
that was a pretty good strafing run there from Harold Alexander with his rocket planes. He is using his air power very efficiently, which honestly what you really need to do is 184, because you have some lovely airplane options with your IL-2s and some other ground attack planes, which I forgot.
It's totally fine. Honestly, I will admit freely, I still prefer the German divisions over the Soviets right now.
Yeah, they're just a bit more diverse.
Flavorful.
German divisions, you got like the really awesome, heavily equipped Panzer and Sturm divisions, and then you got really crappy. you got Korok and Tartalek. It's a bit more diverse in terms of units. Russian divisions are still pretty good and diverse, but
it feels a very consistent way about playing the Russian stuff.
Yeah. I think it's kind of the same thing in SD 4044, for example, a lot of the Allied stuff is much more uniform.
Mhm.
That's just due to how, the Allies actually had consistent armies and army structures where the Germans were just kind of slapping shit together and hoping for the best.
Yeah, but you know what? 60 years later, 70 years later, that's what I get to have fun about, though, is that it may have sucked for them, but it's fun for us now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Germany, for losing the war.
Ooh, Groundfire takes out a Focke-Wulf from a long distance. The 37mm are surprisingly delicious. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got 2 of those set up, so pretty decent aim in it, yeah, from Harold Alexander, trying to keep that air game up, and he's mainly just playing on the defense still. I mean, those, I'm really quite surprised. I'm thinking he's gonna probably wait till B phase to do a push. Maybe that's when all this stuff will come online, but he's playing very defensively at the moment, just really harassing. Oh, he's got mortars now, so he's definitely going to be harassing the enemy.
Yeah, the 120s, yeah.
Yeah, he's got 3 of those, and he's got them right at the back. You're going to be pretty inaccurate, but with that much volume of fire, I don't think you really care about accuracy.
Well, he's picking up a second battery of them as well. He's sticking them behind that middle forest.
Oh, that's a lot of... That's a lot of mortars.
It certainly is. Now, Terran's crossing that river down to the south. And Chaos has his own 120 mils.
Oh, yeah.
Where are they firing, that was the question. Oh, they're going back to that town. So that town is not going to have any standing buildings when this is done. Freestanding structures will be sold at a premium, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very interesting. I mean, we've got a lot of runaway over here, 3 of those T-34s, all at 3-star veterancy too, so rather scary to fight up against, even though Toronto, I think, might have a little bit of an issue against those. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but that 75 mils won't.
Yep, the AT guns are in lovely positions to ambush these T-34s, and once they go down, Chaos should be able to get into that town.
Well, at least that's the theory for Chaos, you know.
Mm-hmm. A Chaos theory.
There we go. Oh, man.
Oh, these casts, Johnny, we don't even care about the gameplay, guys. The only reason me and Khan get together on Monday night is so we can just, come up with shitty puns for an hour. That's
Exactly.
the entire point. It's just an exercise in puns, with Steel Division sprinkled in.
Exactly. And we all, it's edutainment for us.
Mm-hmm.
Wiederfach Werfer, coming up to the north, we are going to see some lovely, lovely... sweet music coming out here, unless of course never mind, the recons might... Oh no, okay.
Nope.
Thought the recons were got unmasked for the IL-2M, but there are still 2 more flak half-tracks moving forward.
Yeah, but I'm hoping Master Toast, does have more heavier AA, what am I talking about? It's got those flak villain trucks coming in, so that should be able to secure the sky on his side for now, his anti-air net.
Now, we are going to see that... Oh, wow. Actually, we're going to get a ton of, discount Stuarts coming on through.
Mm-hmm.
And those mortars are causing a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it's definitely putting a dent in Master Toast's front line. So I'm guessing he's just going to mortar all the positions and then run in with Stuarts to clear things up.
It is really hard for me to not say Master Pancake, by the way. There's a improv group out of Austin, Texas called Master Pancake. It's really, really hard for me not to call it that, but...
Sounds delicious.
Oh, it sounds absolutely scrumptious, I can tell you that much. In that second recon plane, is he going to hit his own troops? No, he's not. He's going to end up a little bit short there, you coward. Come on.
Yeah. Even down south, to a lot of runaway, they have 5 mortars up and running, 382s and 220s. And he's still holding on to the town pretty damn well. Just getting some of those penal shrots in there. Make it nice and easy to pronounce.
Oh, Strafnikis?
Strafnikis, yeah.
Only in Russian can you stick 5 consonants next to each other and have it still be a word.
Yeah, what a language.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Please.
Now, there's both sides just noticing really bringing out a lot of the artillery. It's just shelling each other back and forth. I mean, up north, Master Toast got 2 more 150mm other Lorraines, but they're not called Lorraines with the text, unfortunately. I think they were called Lorraines in SD44 to 150s as well.
It's not a Lorraine, though.
No.
It's a very different gun carriage.
No, it's a 150s from
It's a
SD44.
150, yeah, but look at the gun carriage overall. Even if it's just the in-unit game, I don't
I
think
think it's the same
technically
like tank. It's just a different gun on top.
same gun, different chassis. I would say, but maybe I'm wrong. But the Wielfachwerfer is he's looking for those mortars, and he's gonna actually hit some of them. Not do a ton of damage. But you know what? If at first you don't succeed, fry again.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very inaccurate with the Werfers at range.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but you're firing from a billion miles away.
Mm-hmm. But at least it's enough to shut up those mortars for a little bit.
Yeah, they do have quite the big mouth, don't they?
Yeah, quite a big mouth, and they've got a lot of Strelkovy being brought in, so yeah, Howard Alexander really going to be kicking off with his B-phase push. He just brings in all the infantry.
Well, luckily for him, the MG42... Oh, wait, no, there's an MG42 in that forest that actually should be able to engage decently well. Yeah, 1,500 meter range?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a beaten zone right there.
Yep. Oh, unless he gets mortared.
I think they're more concerned about the AT.
Oh, yeah. It's close. It was mortars coming in, trying to hit the AA guns, yeah.
Yes, they are, but the MG42 is totally engaging.
Yep.
And you know what? It's so nice to see as well that the line of sight has been upgraded from the first game.
Yeah, I know people can complaining that it's slower and a little less accurate compared to SD44, which is true. But honestly, it's good that it works with elevation, because if it didn't work with elevation,
it would be
it should be a very hard game to play.
Disgusting, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What I really do like Howard Alexander's push in general. He's got the combined arms of the tanks with the airplanes doing the strafing runs. He's really been building up his entire force for the past like 5 minutes or so to make his push happen and try to take the town. And it seems like he has a pretty good shot at taking that town. The Germans don't have much fire support. Well, he is bringing up fire support now.
Wait. Are you saying Alexander or Montgomery? Because we now get mixed messages here. We are all over North Africa.
I know, right? I know.
Just checking back in to see our southern comrades here, the Hungarians, and, she's a little runaway. I'm just singing that song constantly to myself in the meantime, too.
Yep.
Terrain after terrain is getting turned into a terrain of smoke. And you can just see there's tank corpses all over that town. Both sides. Yeah. It's just husks.
Everyone's getting blown up.
Yes, sir. Now, as an artillerist there, do you tend to use a lot of artillerists in your decks? I can't say that I do currently.
The spotter or the leader?
The spotter, not, just to the northwest of the combat.
Oh yeah, I don't really use them much all that often, because with the Germans you don't need it, because all your leaders have, radios, thank God. With the Russians, I mean, it depends on your deck. I don't really think it would really be Royal at the moment, because he's really just using 120mm mortars and 80mm, or 82s, which don't have radios, so you're not really benefiting at all. I only really Royal to use artillery and got like a lot of Su-76s. Oh, Ju-87 cluster bomber gonna be hitting the IS-1 and gets the kill.
Ooh, okay.
Great kill, yeah. That's definitely gonna help out quite a bit. And is he gonna make it out alive?
Landing gear damage, but I think he should be okay.
It's just going to be a bit of a rough landing for him when he gets back to base.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, excuse me. I thought I had the mute on that, but apparently I didn't tap it quite hard enough. The Wielfachwerfer, in the meantime, is going to go and pound that approaching wave of Soviets. It's actually two groups, one after the other.
Yeah, has a lot of artillery being brought down. And Harold, he's bringing all the tanks. He's got Valentine tanks. He got Stuart. I mean, goddamn, it's like North Africa with these tanks being brought in. But yeah, it's
Furball to the south. Sorry, I saw airplanes and I was like, Furball?
Oh, Fable, a little bit. Yeah, we got Yak 9s and some Fokker Roche, all top tier planes from both sides, and that's gonna force Chaos to finally bring some AA. So yeah, he's gonna lose that Fokker Roche.
Oh, just before he makes it off the field.
Yeah. Yep. Good use of Yak 9s, yeah, from not a runaway at all. But I really like Harold Alexander push, how he just it's very interesting when you play 184th, is he's playing it pure like how you would have an infantry division. I mean, it is an infantry division, of course. You defend, raid around for a bit, amass a big force, and then just do a big ass slow push. Infantry in front, tanks in the back, airplanes in the sky, artillery going bang, 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 and it's sort of. I mean, Harold Alexander is pushing very slowly, but he has momentum, and he is pushing rather hard. And as you can see, Master Toast is bringing out a bunch of tanks to try to stop his Panzer 4s, Panzer 3s, well, mainly Panzer 4s.
Well, lots of veterancy either direction. Yeah, you can definitely tell what side his bread's buttered on.
Yeah.
Yak 9's just kind of going around the sky. And what's that to the north? Okay, another. I thought we were actually going to see a bomber for a second. I was surprised. Nope. I must confess, that's one area that I have to get a little bit better myself. Is that whole combined arms idea. I get 2 or 3 maybe branches together, but that fourth one's always eluding me. You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I like getting lots of infantry and tanks, but I always forget to get artillery, and artillery is king of battle.
Yes, it is.
And you really do need artillery to, dress out in the position, as we're seeing Alexander do, as he's the entire hillside is just getting completely littered with mortar fire. Completely littered.
Now, one thing I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed in is the fact that Chaos down here is not taking advantage of the Chaos in the north. He really should be pushing east and taking on this one Superior on a flag. And what's the next thing? It's a tank to the almost 1.5 kilometers to the north. There's nothing here. He should be rolling up his flank completely.
He's very concerned, or very tunnel visioned, and trying to take his middle southern town here. Has really been the meat grinder for it. But yeah, he does have all those tanks down south, which he could use to do a big push here. I kind of understand Raid be a bit hesitant to do that, because Hungarians in open ground don't fare all that well, but still, he has some recon here. I mean, he might as well try to do some sort of push.
Well, he's bringing the Nimrods, come on!
I know, those guys are great. One of the best anti-tank units in the game.
Yeah, forget Nashorns.
Yeah, forget Nashorns, forget Yak Panzers and... Yak Panzers, I had
Ooh, Ju-87 is coming up to say hello to the north.
Yeah.
But he's going after a single Okay, yeah, go after the Komorowski, good idea.
No, just...
Oh, I thought he was going with this... Oh, that was weird.
It's a very inefficient bomb and run, yeah, but it gets hit with something at least.
I was going to say, it kills a kill at this point.
Yeah. And we got all the tanks being brought in from Master Toast, even some captured Shermans here. Classic 21st Panzer. And look at all these Panzer 4s. It's going to be interesting, because these Valentine Mark 9s are actually really good counters against P4s, just due to a rather nice rate of fire.
Well, the recon P3 is already down. And what is that over there? Yes, it is an IS-122. Still only has 30 shells in his entire jacket. Oh, wait, another Ju-87! Kaboom.
Kaboom, one Valentine. Once again, not the most efficient bomb and run, but he really just need to kill all the tanks that he can at the moment. 184th, I mean, you really only got A-phase and B-phase tank cards, so in the long game it's not going to work out all too well.
No, it won't, and I think one of the Wiederfach... No, okay, I thought one of the Wiederfach had died, but no, that is not the case. Once again, and I wonder if this is also part of a new meta somehow. Ooh, let me forget that for a moment. 2 Ju-88s are moving in on that town. Not content just to blow everything to smithereens. They want to take out that KV-85. Don't think it's going to happen with 250Ks.
Yeah.
And... Nope.
That town has really been battered. If you zoom into it, Colin, it is...
Oh yeah, there's nothing
left. It's a very poor Russian village. Now, it was a poor Russian village before, but now it's extremely poor.
Hey, but...
At least the church is still, yeah.
I was gonna say, God, the Emperor protects, or something. But return to the north, that Panzer aggression, well, that's been shattered completely. And, oh man, those 150mm pieces have been taken out, but a Königstiger is on the field. So maybe this can do something? It's
big boy.
It's iffy. And our first Opel Blitz is finally on the map as well.
I mean, also at the same time, Harold Alexander has the Königstiger Nutcracker, known as the ISU-122.
Yes, sir.
So he does have that option up his sleeve.
Well, that's where the general keeps his armies. Down to the south, just seen real quick again. Yep, the Hungarians are still in their trenches.
Yep, just holding the ground. Even like a push from Chaos, like trying to push up north to try to flank around Howard Alexander's force would definitely be a good call, but for now, Master Toast is just on a defensive on his own.
Heading north directly from that lake, right?
Yeah, that'd be like a good flanking position there. Try to hit all of this stuff because really it's just once Howard Alexander's tanks really go down, it's really just a turkey shoot with all the infantry scattered around. You also just have some 85 or heavy AA guns with AT capabilities stashed around.
Yep, that is certainly true.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are still a little bit of ways off. Let's see, No, actually we are in C. What am I thinking? And the Germans are slowly clawing back on that hillside. But good luck, there are 4 tanks within less than, 50 meters of each other, with a 5th tank beyond it, AT guns moving up behind that.
Yeah.
And even at that short range, those 45mm pop guns can do some serious damage.
They really can. Really, Master Toast just needs to blow up that entire hill from orbit and then move up with the stuff.
You know, I've been saying you just have an orbital strike forever, but you know,
I know.
Nobody listens to me.
I mean, jeez, this is Nazi Germany we're talking about. It definitely had spy satellites with lasers on them, at least by 1939 standards. This is the Third Reich we're talking about. I've watched History Channel, and I've seen Hitler's personal secret weapons of World War II, and good God, I mean, if he just built more UFOs, he would have won the war.
Well, I was gonna say, dude, I played Wolfenstein. I know the New Order.
Yeah. I've seen Iron Sky. That was a post-war documentary.
And unfortunately, what we had instead was just an IL-4 come in, have two 305mm rockets, and it was like, ha! I missed after all of that.
Ha! He's dead.
Oh, what a letdown. But 1311, it is still in the Soviets' favor, but the Germans are just this is trench warfare here in the north.
Yeah, they're fighting hill after hill, and it's a very interesting map as there is a lot of hills in this northern area. It's just small hill fight after small hill fight. Definitely rather different engagement areas than you would encounter in the rather flat plains of Normandy.
Well, we are absent of hedgerow hell, but one thing I do say I actually kind of enjoy is while this lake or this river over here on both sides would seem to really confine the map.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you and I talked about this in a game we had over this past weekend. Imagine bringing in all of those amphibious units, the Kubelwagens, the Shermanwagens, or the DD tanks. We can finally have those units.
Yeah, seen 3rd Canadians try to bring Sherman DDs around, and it probably wouldn't work out well because they're probably very slow in the water. But
who cares?
Just the possibility is awesome. It's
exactly.
Awesome. Just being able to do an assault like that, I'd love to see someone try to pull it off properly on this map. Even just crossing one of the lake in the middle of the map would be cool.
Yes.
You've seen clusters down south here. It's gonna be probably go for the KV-85. Oh, falling back. Yeah, I would fall back if I was unconscious.
Well, and actually he comes to and realizes, maybe it's a good idea for me to fall back.
Mm-hmm. That was a very lucky crit.
Yes, it was, because otherwise that was the end of at least that KV-85 and possibly those infantry as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those clusters don't care who or what you are there.
No, they don't, Khan. No, they don't.
And the bullet's got your name on it, it's got your name on it. Ju-87, though, coming on in at 500... Actually, yeah, wow, this guy's got a fairly decent payload as well. And the second Ju-87 coming on in, well, if at first you don't succeed, fly again.
Yep. And he's going in.
Pushing to target, stay on target.
Oh, nope, fall back before he could drop bombs, I believe. So, and he gets shot down. Yep, those two M15s are not to be trifled with.
Part of me really wonders if there's a bigger explosion if the airplane dies with its payload. I somehow doubt that it is.
I doubt it, but it'd be kind of cool if that was simulated.
And wow, those bombers were really kind of lackluster performances there.
Yeah, those Stukas are a little bit too slow with that much anti-air on the field.
Fieldflakwerfer looking for the AA in the north. And the counter battery fires, searching out for those German AT guns. I don't know that either side is really interested in pushing, which makes me a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, it just seems like the Russians are fairly set in just setting up the defense for now and holding their ground.
Andreyusha fires to the south.
Oh.
Looking for the Nimrod, and even though we're calling it some names, he does make it out okay.
Yes, he does. There's a little bit out of that engagement area, which is good for him. Good for him.
Well, with a beak that size, you want to make sure you don't stay on the front lines for too long.
I mean, I'm really thinking for like the Germans, it probably would have been better if Master Toast went down south, as he really could use his open ground area for his tanks more.
And his tanks aren't quite so vulnerable.
Yeah, because I mean, he is starting to push back a little bit with his tanks. You got the Koenigsegers and the Shermans and all that out, but it's definitely much more dangerous in its hillside hell compared to the open plains of the south.
I'm pretty sure the American Indians had something to do with that too, so... Oops.
Yep. Now ISU is just getting shot after shot off. He's in a good position, just providing some infantry fire support. And damn, just...
Sorry, a second IL-4 comes in and he immediately dies.
Yeah. Just looking at Harold Alexander's lines, it is, he has a lot of artillery. Let's just leave it, yeah, that is a lot of arty. And he is definitely having a party with the arty.
Well, the Andreyush, there's the 120 mils, the 120 mils, 203s, the 122s. Yeah, he's got a full dance card there, doesn't he?
Yeah, and even some of the artillery is runaway's artillery as well. So both sides really, well, both players on the Russians really investing in that long range fire support. And they do, I do like that they have it all right on the edge of the map. Definitely does not want to be counter batteried.
Well, if you can stay out of range, you definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
Ju-87 moving into the south, but again we have the M15. I would not be surprised if it gets forced off super quickly, and a Ju-88 coming on in as well, but that guy, far less dangerous in my mind. No, sorry, it's the Henkel. No, it's Ju-88, never mind.
Yeah.
Tail damaged and destroyed.
Yep.
It's such a waste of about 300 or 400 points of aircraft.
I know, right? It's a bit of a shame. And honestly, yeah, Chaos is definitely... He's really meat grinding for this town. It's not exactly paying off for him at all. I mean, he's got like some Nimrods, he's got some hatches being brought in, but he definitely needs more. And right now, Harold Alexander's post has actually moved its way down south a little bit, capping that middle flag on the German side.
Well, and the Germans are lucky that he's not able to push just a little bit further west into Kerek Podolsk over here to the northeast of his position. Yeah. Two Jagdpanzers, the Hetzers are good. They really are solid vehicles. But they can't hold up the entire advance by themselves.
Nope. And Alexander, he keeps capturing really defensible positions for infantry. So, I mean, you notice he's not, moving his shirts up into the open. He's keeping them in the forest, nice and hidden, for ambush and, yeah, pretty much ambush the shirts.
Well, he's doing exactly what you need to do. You stun up the tanks with the artillery. You push as soon as they're freaked out and force the surrenders, or just get yourself some nice little kills on the backside. Like, we are seeing mortars getting taken down by mortar fire, so that's a bit of an M&M that you never really wanted to see as a German.
Yeah, it's true. The Germans trying to move, like, that entire hill is just looking like the goddamn moon with the amount of craters on it.
It's almost as devastated as that freaking town.
It is. It really is.
And taking a long view, as you can see, another column of Strelkovy DPs moving on from Harold Alexander. I mean, he must be bringing in like an entire card at one time.
Yeah, I think that's just like, I think with a C-phase Strelkovy, you get like over 20 per card if you take C-phase runs. So I'm guessing that's what it is with him at the moment. So he still probably has quite a few more up his sleeve. He's just getting that infantry spam.
That would stand to reason, wouldn't it? artillery on the eastern edge of the map is looking and finding the 76 mils down to the south of Chaos. Unfortunately, those failed canonas are getting fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Else.
Yep, I believe those are just are they like the World War One runs.
Yes,
yeah, those definitely look like World War One guns for sure.
Hey, the Hungarians didn't need to have more, fine stuff. They had the Hussars.
Yeah.
They were fine.
Yeah. We just have like one cavalry division and 2 armor divisions, and that's our country. We're done.
Hey, say what you want to. They are solid divisions here. I mean, at least one of the divisions is solid here.
Yeah. It's also a good strat and hard to find for, apparently. If you play like an Axis Minor, you get like 1 or 2 really good Panzer divisions, and you build it up with all the good stuff, and then you just use crap stuff from then on out, and you just micro those 2 Panzer divisions to try and do the encirclements and push.
You have breakthroughs to set up the cauldron battles.
Yeah.
It is possible. I will tell you, Hearts of Iron is not one of my favorite games in terms of the battle system. There's so much data there.
Yeah, and it's kind of cheesy. The game's pretty cheesy.
Oh, nothing like the cheddar we get in this game, though. Of course.
Oh no, this is already pretty cheesy with the amount of artillery on the field. Good God, and it's having the artillery leaders or artillerists is actually working well now. As little runaway, he does have radio artillery in the form of like those big 203mm guns, so he is getting pretty accurate hits on the German lines with rather high explosives. So that's pretty good, especially when you're trying to knock out King Tigers and the like. And good God, that's a lot of Tyrants being brought in.
Yeah, I was going to say to the north, we are finally seeing that Chaos. I think is realizing that Master Toast may have dropped his whole toaster while he was taking a bath.
And
we're actually going to see Master Toast moving his P4s right next to... Oh, you can't do this, you're hurting me. You're killing me.
No, just artillery at entire hill, the end move up. The rations are too dug in.
Yeah.
Is it such a classic like Eastern Front battle? Rations dug in on a hill, the Germans sending everything onto it.
Yep.
They're barely holding on. They got heavy casualties up. Yeah, poor equipment, low in ammunition, but they're holding. They're holding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the entire mission in Call of Duty 2 when you're retreating back uphill, whatever it is.
Right, was it American?
The American one, yeah. The American
where you hold the hill?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
it's like the takeoff on the Canadian one. It's a pain in the backside on Veteran, I can tell you that much.
That was a tough mission, and the Panzers come along, and you're like running around trying to find a Panzer Shrek.
Like artillery's coming in, you're like, quick, dive in a bunker! And then half the bunkers get taken out.
Yep. Cool mission, yeah. Cool
it definitely was. I wasn't sure, but I think a Königstiger actually got taken out by artillery. There are still 4 on the field to the north from Master Toast, so he was waiting to the absolute end to bring out the big kitties.
Yeah, but he hasn't really managed to do much with him.
No. And it appears that if you have some big old kitties, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the guys are going to be interested.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like how Alexander's got like his second defensive line set up in the town. It's just got guards, or it's not guards, Strelkovy DPs just set up all over the place. Yes. That's a heavy defense. And the ISU's backing up, so yeah, I like his having the 2-step defense line here. Definitely a good idea.
Well, you've heard the Soviet 2-step, man. That's everybody learns that when they're kids, when they go to dance class and all that, right?
And now, it's got more ISU's being brought in.
The Terrans are being brought on in, and part of me has this morbid fascination to watch them getting taken out by like a single Zis gun.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet, but it might.
This is a little bit closer, but no.
But in the meantime, actually, no, we have 2 ISU 122s. That'll be more than enough to set this thing to blaze.
I think not even now. I mean, he's gonna run into Streliki's of AT rifles.
Yep, and the PTRDs, we might go and malign those things too, but against these light skin tanks and the Andreyushas firing, and the mortars, and the 203s, this entire thing's falling apart already. Oh, well, and the tanks are cracking more than a smile. Their armor's blown to pieces. And there's still 2 freaking stewards hanging back here just in case. Yeah, Harold knows how to conduct a defense, man. This is a brilliant defense.
I like it. He held an A phase. He pushed in B phase. He got his ground. He didn't get too greedy. And it's like, all right, I'm just gonna hold on to what I got. I'm pretty happy with where I nabbed. This is my real estate, and I'm gonna hold on to it for dear life. And it's working really well. It's a slow victory for sure, but it's a pretty assured victory so far.
Well, he's fighting the British way. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. This is very slow and steady wins the race sort of thing. And Master Toast, I mean, he's throwing Panzers and whatnot here, but he really needs more artillery on his end to rout out Alexander's forces.
Well, it is worth noting that every single one of those Terrans is, well, quite dead.
To gone.
Yes, I didn't know how to put it. You put it so much more, perfectly.
More punny.
Exactly.
It's all about the puns.
Exactly. German mortar fire looked like coming on in. It wasn't that, though.
I think it was the Rough Ramen 35H.
Where's the Rough Ramen? I don't even see
it. Left-hand side, south of that big armoured column being brought in.
120 mils. Nimrods.
Like middle side German position. It's a rough.
Oh, whoops, there you go.
Yeah.
You said the armored column. For some reason I saw the Terrans, and I was like, that must be the big armored column he was talking about. Nope, you're talking about the northern one with
there's
all the
another armored column. It's 3 armored columns with Terrans and Panzer force at the moment.
Can we just appreciate how many mortars are just shelling that hillside just for fun?
I know.
Look at that. It's absolutely obscene.
Yeah, it literally looks like the moon in some areas. Just you zoom in. Well, not zoom in all the way, but it's a lot.
At that point, the craters disappear. We realize the world is beautiful.
That's a kind of funny visual bug.
I have to say, these P4s and Terrans are so lucky that the Andrayushas decided to not hit that freaking road right there, because that would have been absolutely devastating.
What's he gonna do with all these P? Oh yeah, he's attack moving them all onto the big Soviet hill that's been defended for a while. But he actually managed to get a flank around on the hill at least and getting some hits on the M3 Lee. So I think finally the Germans should be able to take that hill after throwing many bodies onto it.
For the moment, that's true. The mortars actually end up shelling their own troops into oblivion, and the Königstiger is causing some issues.
Indeed it is. But fortunately, Harold has a second defensive line set up, so it's not going to be too big of a deal that he lost the first. And damn, that's a pretty hefty second defensive line. Got like 3 AT guns set up in a row, 2 ISUs, all the infantry in the town.
This is how you set up that defense in depth. That really is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you don't really see many players really doing that. I don't even do that. I set everything on the front line and just hope to God nothing breaks.
I'd like to pretend that I do it, but I think I end up doing it more by accident than anything else.
Yeah. But even using Lisa's flags, it's not going to matter too much. It's going to take Master Toast too long to really break through that second defensive line. Yeah, we only have 5 minutes left to break. And down south, things aren't really looking all that great for the Germans or Hungarians.
The Axis.
The Axis side, yeah.
Those blue bellies.
Mm-hmm.
Damn ribs.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we are going to see one more final column of infantry being brought on. Yep, 5 more Strelkovy squads being brought on in to reinforce that forest, which is now turned into the Sherwood Forest of Soviet positions. Self-contained. I mean, again, I just have to marvel. We have this outer side of just infantry galore. We have, like you said, the anti-tank positions. You have the it's...
Yeah.
It's just beautiful, man.
All your Strelkovys are really good defensive units because they all have AT rifles, and they're pretty slow firing AT rifles, but it's volume of fire with all those guys.
Also
it's
worth
enough
noting,
to just get the criticals.
Also worth noting, there's that entire armored column. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, Adam, a little bit too bunched up, yeah. A little bit too bunched up. And yeah, just getting picked off by the defensive line here from Harold Alexander.
I'm looking also at the back, all these Studebakers. There's 3 support trucks that are completely empty. There's a 4th one that's well on its way to being empty. There's a 5th one that's got nothing. 6, 7. This is finally, at long last, I feel like we don't see anywhere near the amount of support troops that we should. And this is finally for the first time seeing that. However, both Wehrmachtwerfers are going to target that town, and while they are freaking out the Soviets something fierce, there's a second line of infantry behind that.
Defensive line after defensive line after defensive line. That's how you do it. An old cluster bomb has been brought, and that's going to be a juicy target if he manages to get the hit. Oh, that's very clustered. And
oof, does very well for himself.
Yeah, that's a great kill, yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't get that third or second ISU, yeah. But still, great hits, great hits.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close to the greatest hits right there. Actually, we're going to see the 2 Ju-88s to the south going after this town one more time. Give me that dive. Ooh, baby. Let's see it. 3 going after that group. Oh my gosh. Eventually, there's nothing left to hit.
I know, right? He's strafing the AA units, yeah, so he can actually get his Ju-88s over target.
Probably should have done that about 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, humorously enough, we finally have this 5-unit squad of Terrans moving on in. But they're going to put themselves right in front of that guard TP squad. And if that guy comes out of that house even at all, we have a bit of a visual bug right now from that house. And that's 1. And that's 2.
2.
Oh, wow. I thought I was going to go 3 for 3 there.
Nope.
I don't care. That was still Ivan's house. 4 down, and he took out 2 of them himself. So I might be wrong here, but I think we are headed for a not massive knockout. In fact, actually, I see these Yaks moving on in, trying to hit this Königstiger. And we'll take it out. One will die, but still worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Howard's just setting up that defensive line still. The Strelkovys are holding on, firing their DPs at long range against the German infantry or pioneer line.
I am amused by the fact there's actually no officers around here.
Yeah, neither side really isn't that much in terms of infantry leaders. I think most of the leaders have just gotten killed.
Oh, we definitely know that the one half-track got absolutely murdered early on. That was a brutal assassination. That was.
Yeah, but surprisingly, Master Toast had a second commander card, so another 223 taking his position and giving him the lovely veterancy bonus in all his units.
That is certainly true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go into the final 60 seconds here. In fact, we're actually going to see napalm being barraged down on the field, I think.
Huh! I don't see napalm bombers all too often, usually because they're pretty crap at the moment. I mean, we'll see after it does this bombing run on the infantry column.
And Ju-88 go the other direction.
Yep, hello! And pilots rave at each other as they're about to drop in their ordnance.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Yeah, napalm's really...
It's underwhelming, but I would still be terrified out of my pants about that.
It's definitely different compared to how they dropped the napalm, because it's like cluster small napalm bombs. So like a bunch of Molotov cocktails being dropped. But it's not really doing much damage, you can see. It just takes them a rather long time to burn the Panzer Grenadiers and Pioneers.
I think it's more of a morale thing.
Yeah. That's probably what it is. But even then...
It's like the mosquito. You don't want to use it to actually kill stuff. It's more of a suggestion.
Yeah. Please die.
It's a tip box.
Not forcing.
But we are going to see... Wow. I'm surprised the kills and losses are actually that equal.
Yeah. I mean, looking at chronology... Yeah, a lot of
it's going to be all over the place there.
Early on, but then...
really well.
Yeah, back and forth. Yeah, pretty back and forth. A lot of red, a lot of blue. And kills.
It's a
Damn.
it's a 280. It's just amazing.
Knocked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god, there's another
King
one.
Tiger. Jeez. Yeah, artillery king of battle. This is... Yeah, artillery's pretty good, guys. Artillery's pretty good, especially when it's big and heavy like that. Jeez, those 280s are nuts.
Well, there was a 40 mil from Chaos' side that did pretty well. I do have to say.
It's crazy that those 280s, because think about it. In like ST-44, you know, we think 210mm like railway battery, that's huge. Where we have 280mm on-map artillery. And yeah, as you can see, it's pretty powerful.
Rang, I will say though, nothing will ever beat my 30 kill Ju-88.
Oh yeah, that was.
I'll post it at some point. I'm sure a nice little clip for that. But man,
yeah, that was pretty good.
Artillery is absolutely beastly, and it's well done to both sides. Honestly, I really thought the Russians were going to get knocked off their feet, but they brought that back.
Yeah, them held that defensive line really bloody well and held it long enough to win the match.
Exactly.
That's how you win Steel Division, guys.
Is you kill the other guy before he kills you.
Yeah, and you gotta have flags. It's all about flags. You put people on the flags, and then the flags become your color, and that's beneficial to you. And then a magic bar ticks down on the enemy side, and all of a sudden, after a period of time have elapsed, the match will become over, and hopefully you'll become victorious.
You know, Rang, I might be wrong here, but I think we need to leave that philosophizing for next time.
Okay.
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 But any last thoughts
Nope.
or dreams out there for people? Nope. Okay. Well, in that case then, folks, thank you so much for tuning in for this lovely 2v2. If you like what you see, of course, feel free to hit us up with your replays or let us know in the comments and likes below. It definitely helps us out. But until next time, I am Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.